Picture this, one moment you are the most loved and popular Roblox YouTuber on all of YouTube. For a moment you feel like nothing can go wrong. Everyone loves you, enjoys your content, and it seems like your reputation is in the clear. But slowly, you start making worse and more bad decisions that slowly tarnish your reputation. You go from being one of the most loved and respected Roblox YouTubers to one of the most looked down upon and hated. Well, in today's video, I'll be going over some Roblox YouTubers that went from the most loved and cherished to some of the most hated and controversial, and finding out what makes a Roblox YouTuber loved and what makes one hated. Primarily, Roblox YouTubers that are loved are Roblox YouTubers who are honest, make good content, and don't betray their community. Roblox YouTubers who are hated are people that do dumb things and betray their community very often. With that said, let's get into today's video. The first Roblox YouTuber we're going to be talking about is someone whose reputation went from an unknown Roblox kid to one of the most hated Roblox YouTubers alive, and currently, people have mixed opinions on them. Meet uwucutesingle, someone who created their channel all the way back on June 30th of 2021. Currently, uwucutesingle has a mixed reputation. However, a few years ago, she was the most hated Roblox creator of all time. It all goes back to the date of the creation of her channel. Initially, uwucutesingle made pretty basic Roblox videos you would expect from any kid at the time. Avatar videos, gaming clips, that was pretty much all. However, after a few years of doing YouTube, uwucutesingle drifted off into a new style. This style consisted of making videos that were more engagement-based. For example, one of her videos was about, "Would you slap me for $100 million?" And this kind of content style eventually continued in her channel. And because of that got her a lot of hate. But at first it was just moderate hate. However, this normal hate and this odd kind of content style eventually turned into something much bigger. You see, around this time people started roasting her videos, particularly roast creators that had already been known for making roast videos. They would basically roast her and other content creators in the same sort of style. Creators like Kamguyza, Alex, and even PatGod would make videos about these corny videos. However, things would get much darker quickly. You see, up until this point, uwucutesingle's videos had been nothing really sketchy. They were just odd and cringe Roblox videos. However, around this time, she took a sponsor from a very bad company. This company was called Bloxflips. At the surface, it looks like a normal Roblox website. However, this website run many scams that involve taking Roblox accounts and personal information. And in a video that uwucutesingle made, literally apologizing for making cringe videos, she put a link and an advertisement to this website, and this immediately sparked much backlash because her audience was super young and many people were making videos pointing out how she intentionally promoted a scam to a primarily young audience. Videos were being made despite the fact that uwucutesingle was a child. That didn't really justify much. She was still promoting scams to children. However, eventually, after a long time of this pattern going on where she would do things and then people would make videos about it eventually slowly stopped by 2024. It seemed at that point she had matured and stopped doing a lot of the dumb things she had. Also, the roasting cringe Roblox shorts era had wrapped around that time. Now, in my opinion, I feel like many of the things uwucutesingle did were pretty bad, but at the same time, she was a kid. And while that doesn't completely justify everything, it does mean she can eventually mature. To this day, the opinions on her are really mixed. However, the next Roblox YouTuber we're going to talk about is someone who went from one of the most loved Roblox YouTubers to someone who was actively hated by most of the people that once supported them, and has almost an entirely new fan base. Meet Foltyn, someone who was at over 12.6 million subscribers and created their channel all the way back in 2021 on July 7th. If you go to Foltyn's channel, you'll notice that he posts videos on a game called Steal a Brain Rot, and he gets a moderate amount of hate for that. However, a few years ago, Foltyn had one of the most loyal fan bases of all time. Back in 2021, when Foltyn initially started his channel, it was COVID. Around this time, a game called Bed Wars had been blowing up. I'm talking this game would average 100 to 200,000 players on a regular day. Because of this, Foltyn ventured into making Bed Wars content. Quickly, people liked how chill his videos were, how his videos were a mix of many things. He would often collab with other creators, and he just made overall good videos at the time. People really enjoyed the fact that his videos were Bed Wars, and this created Foltyn to have a reputation, and eventually he had a really loyal fan base around 2022. Around this time, he kept creating Bed Wars content, until 2023 when Bed Wars started dying. Around that time, he just switched to Blade Ball, which was only liked by his fan base. They also enjoyed this game. This would make it so he had a fan base from two different games. But however, into 2025, Bed Wars, Blade Ball, and all the other games that Foltyn had been playing started dying. Because of this, Foltyn needed a new game to play, and this is when Foltyn decided to venture into Steal a Brain Rot. At the time, Foltyn still had a very loyal fan base, often saying that they loved his work. However, this Steal a Brain Rot game was something that was dominating Roblox, but for all the wrong reasons. Lots of the game's elements were AI generated, and most of the people did not really like this. And when Foltyn started posting Steal a Brain Rot, lots of his older fans who had come from the Bed Wars era did not like this. Sure, there were people that really enjoyed his Steal a Brainrot content, but these were people who just started watching him. People who were watching Foltyn back during 2021, 22, and 23 did not really enjoy this. And because of this, many people started criticizing him. They weren't saying he was an open bad YouTuber, but he got lots of criticism and hate for playing Steal a Brainrot. However, it does seem like that hate and criticism has died down, as if you check Foltyn's current videos, you'll see that they are less brainrot related and more related to newer Roblox games that people actually enjoy. In my opinion, the Foltyn criticism is a prime example of a creator moving to new genres, niches, and trends. And while some people do like that, others don't. Overall, I feel like Foltyn's hate is sort of moderate and not really too large. However, the final and next Roblox YouTuber we will be talking about is someone whose hate, in my opinion, is completely justified for the horrible things they've done. Kamguyza is a Roblox animator that created their channel all the way back in 2017 and currently has 2 million subscribers. On the surface, it looks like an ordinary Roblox animation channel. However, Kamguyza has built up a reputation that made himself one of the most hated Roblox animators in history. And I will be discussing why and how this all happened. You see, Kamguyza created his channel all the way back in 2017. Initially, he just made Roblox videos. However, eventually he ventured into making doors and animation content. However, around this time, Kamguyza started doing really sketchy things behind the scenes. He started making animations based off R34 and R63, which are very bad Roblox styles that involve over Roblox characters. And eventually, he started uploading these to his Twitter account, which already is really bad right off the bat. You should not be showing people on Twitter this kind of stuff, especially considering a lot of Twitter users are under the age of 18. What made this even worse is the fact that his YouTube channel had his Twitter account linked, and eventually he started uploading the things that he made on Twitter to his actual YouTube channel. And this stuff started getting thousands and even millions of views, which is absolutely horrible. And eventually in March of 2025, someone would drop an exposing video on Kamguyza that revealed even more weird activity. He had also been sharing some of the weird creations that he'd been making to minors on Discord. And because of this, he got tons of hate and backlash, and people started calling him weird, and that is completely justified. I feel like the hate for doing something like this is actually normal, and eventually Kamguyza could not get over this hate. Rather than taking accountability or apologizing, he put in his YouTube channel bio, "Do not cause drama." This is the same guy who had been sending weird shit to minors on Discord, and I feel like him saying that is kind of crazy considering he did lots of sketchy things. Because of all the things that he did during 2025, he solidified himself as one of the most hated Roblox YouTubers within a few months of being exposed. Along with that, him and many other Roblox animators who had done disgusting things and been exposed for it had led to the animation community being looked down upon a lot. And while now the animation community isn't really looked down upon, back then it was due to YouTubers like himself. And I feel that Kamguyza is one of the Roblox YouTubers that does deserve hate. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video about Roblox YouTubers that slowly became more and more hated and criticized throughout their careers. And I'd just like to mention that I feel like some Roblox YouTubers like Kamguyza do actually deserve the hate, while others like Foltyn don't really deserve the criticism that they get all the time. Anyways, I hope you have a good day. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. My name is Mighty, and I make weekly Roblox documentaries. Anyways, hope you have a good day, and Mighty out.